are you and what does your organization do?
So we are the Empowerment Zone, and our organization is a nonprofit organization that caters to the underserved population in 7th through 12th grade. We work with these students to help prep them for life after high school. So whether that's going to college, going to service, starting their own business, whatever it is, we just want to help them set up a plan for life after high school and make sure that they're not just going out into the world unsure about what their next steps are.
How did you get the idea or concept for the Empowerment Zone?
Honestly, it was really based a lot of my our own personal experiences on what we went through in college, and just feeling like in high school there's a lot of college prep programs that help you get to college, but once you're in college you're kind of there by yourself and you're kind of lost and trying to figure out what to do next. So we just wanted to design a program that would assist students for that piece after, because in high school you get all the support, you get all the tutors, the programs, and everybody's coming to speak to you, and then once you graduate you're kind of just thrown out into the world.
And what services do you all offer?
We do individual academic advising, so going through a student's transcripts or grades, and helping them come up with a academic plan and classes that they should be taking. We also do workshops, so coming out to schools is something that we do just to give general knowledge about college and financial aid. We do also community drives, so we do a backpack drive in August, and we do a toy drive in December just to get our name out there to our community and serve their needs.
What has your organization accomplished to date?
So today we actually did a FAFSA and the DREAM Act workshop here in one of the greater LA schools. We spoke to upwards of 30 to 40 high school students just to ensure that they knew what to expect when they're filling out the FAFSA, what to expect when they're going into college, or what to expect with how to borrow and be responsible with their borrowing for their education moving forward.
And as a newer organization, what we've done mostly is a lot of the drives. As Jasmine mentioned, we've done the backpack drive, we've done the toy drives, just as a way to get our name out there and advertise and let people know that we're here and we're a program that we can trust. So our good friend Daisy here, she hooked us up today and helped us get into the school, and we feel like we're going to start doing a lot more workshops and different things like that to add to what we do and continue to grow the program.
Why should donors trust your organization with their sponsorship and their hard-earned funds?
They should trust us because we have personal experience as well as formal education about what it takes to go to college and what the challenges would be for college, and not just college, thinking about what post-secondary goals in general. We're very knowledgeable about what the unique barriers are for minority students and thinking about the things that they want to do after high school.
Okay. How do you plan on growing the Empowerment Zone in 2020 and beyond?
As we mentioned, today was our first actual workshop, so we plan on adding a lot of workshops to our calendar. We also want to start a scholarship fund. We had a friend of ours that was actually a part of the Empowerment Zone. Unfortunately, she passed away, and so we want to start a scholarship fund in honor of her, to give out to high school students who are going into college, or if they're not planning on going to college, we want them to show us what their plan is. So if they're going to start a business, we want an actual business plan design, and we would donate money to start funding that program or something in that nature. We've also talked about implementing field trips and working with different schools and maybe doing like lunch drives and different things like that.
Also moving forward, we would like to reach out to some of our network and encourage them to be mentors to some of the students that we are engaging in, because they might have a better understanding of their particular lifestyles, challenges, experiences. So we want to also try to implement that in 2020 and moving forward.
And how can students get the best use out of the Empowerment Zone?
Listening is number one.
Take heed to what we're saying to you. We've lived it.
Reaching out and asking for help, showing up to these workshops, and then not just because I was guilty of this as a kid. I'd come to stuff like this all the time, take a whole bunch of notes, and then they just stay there in my notepad. So actually taking the information that we're giving them and applying it to their lives and reaching out to us and asking for help and asking those challenging questions and networking and not being afraid to like step out of their comfort zone. So I feel like being a part of Empowerment Zone will give you an extra layer to the person that you already are, will provide you with some additional tools to help you be successful in life, regardless of what you want to do, whether that's college, work, or whatever, just being a well-rounded person in general.
Ask questions, because we really can change or, you know, amend the ways that we give out this information if we know exactly what students need. So we want to be in touch with what's going on in the needs of our communities. And the best way for us to do that is to receive feedback in the form of questions to see what people still need to know.
And also be open, because it's easy for us to cater to you if we actually know maybe your specific or individual circumstances. You don't have to do it, of course, in like a major setting, but reaching out to us individually, which is why we try to utilize social media as much as possible, so that we're available to you for anything, for any reason that you may need to just have us expand on concepts relating to just post-secondary life.
Any last words? Words of encouragement? Anything?
Daisy speaks Spanish.
I think just to echo what they've said, I think oftentimes, especially first generation students, the communities we're probably going to be working with don't have the support system or at home, and it's not because maybe the lack thereof, but it's more so their parents might understand their struggles they're going through, because as first generation students, they might feel alone. And so I think for us, through us, we're able to bridge that gap that will provide resources. And, you know, and again, with our personal experiences, most of us are first generation college students, and just for them not to relive the difficulties and challenges we had to overcome alone, just being that support system of network, making them, reassuring them and helping them persist in college, and having a sense of belonging within their colleges, and helping them make use of networking in colleges, because that's something definitely that I didn't really consider or value, and I wish I did have. Maybe I wouldn't, my path would have been different, although shorter, maybe easier, but I think helping one kid at a time and as much as we can to just, so that they won't relive the cycle that we kind of went through.
Yeah. I feel like ultimately we just want to provide a space for students to feel comfortable, to ask their questions, to feel sad, happy, whatever it is that they're feeling, and express those things, and know that they have a group of people that are going to support them through whatever that they're going through, without judging them or making them feel like less than, or whatever the case may be. Just building a very safe space for these kids.
And also just providing a resource in general that can help them move through their lives in a much more fluid fashion.